Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket change. In today's incredible episode, we're going to explore a truly remarkable and highly sought-after coin, the 1980 kg Mint Mark Canada 5-cent nickel coin. This is not just any ordinary coin. This specific nickel has a rich historical background, a striking design, and has skyrocketed in value on the rare coin market. Some collectors have paid as much as $73,928 for a pristine example of this coin. So, if you have a jar of old Canadian nickels lying around, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Stay tuned because you do not want to miss this in-depth look at what makes the 1980 kg Canada 5-cent nickel coin one of the most valuable and talked about coins in the collector's world. Let's start by going back in time to understand the historical roots of this coin. The 5-cent Canadian nickel has been a staple in Canadian coinage since the mid-1800s, originally minted in silver and transitioning over the years to nickel and other alloys. By the 1980s, the Royal Canadian Mint was producing millions of these coins annually, but something about the 1980 issue stands out from the rest. One of the key features that sets this coin apart is the presence of the tiny initials KG, which can be found at the bottom of the reverse side of the coin, just beneath the iconic beaver design. These initials represent George Kruger Gray, the brilliant artist and coin designer who was responsible for the reverse imagery. Now let's talk about the design. The reverse side of the 1980 Canada 5-cent coin features the traditional and deeply Canadian symbol of a beaver sitting on a rock surrounded by water. This beaver image has been featured on Canadian nickels since 1937 and was designed by none other than George Kruger Gray, whose initials KG appear subtly in the rock just below the beaver's tail. This small detail is often overlooked by casual observers, but among coin collectors, it adds a tremendous amount of value, especially for coins from specific years like 1980 on the obverse side of the coin. You will find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, which was created by Arnold Makin. This design features a young queen wearing a tiara and facing to the right. The portrait was widely used throughout the 1970s and 1980s, and its pairing with Kruger Gray's beaver design makes the 1980 issue particularly iconic. The edge of the coin is smooth, and the coin is composed of pure nickel, which gives it a solid and heavy feel in the hand. But what truly makes the 1980 kg Mint Mark Canada 5-cent nickel coin worth big money is not just its design or composition. It is the rarity and condition that drive its value into the tens of thousands of dollars. While millions of 5-cent coins were minted in 1980, only a tiny fraction of them were struck in perfect, uncirculated condition and preserved over the decades. Collectors are always searching for coins that exhibit no wear, no scratches, full mint luster, and perfectly centered strikes. These high-grade examples are usually certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, and they command the highest prices at auctions. So how rare is it to find a 1980 kg Canada 5-cent coin worth over $70,000? Let's break it down. Most 1980 nickels you find in circulation or from old coin jars are likely to be well-worn, tarnished, or damaged. These are common and usually worth just their face value or slightly more to a collector. However, coins that were pulled from circulation the same year they were minted and stored in mint sets, protective holders, or coin albums under perfect environmental conditions can remain in mint state. And those rare mint state examples with the KG mark clearly visible, full details, and no imperfections have sold for up to $73,928 in private sales and major numismatic auctions. Now you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these valuable coins? First, examine the reverse side closely using a magnifying glass or a coin loupe. Look for the initials KG carved faintly into the bottom of the rock beneath the beaver. Then assess the condition of your coin. Is the surface shiny and free of nicks and scratches? Are all the details sharp and well-defined? If so, your coin could be in mint state or higher, and it's time to get it professionally graded. Collectors and dealers are constantly on the lookout for high-quality examples of the 1980 kg 5-cent coin. Some collectors specialize in Canadian nickels, and they're willing to pay a premium for pieces that complete or enhance their collections. Rare coin dealers often attend auctions, estate sales, and collector fairs to source such coins. In fact, one coin dealer reported a bidding war that pushed the price of a certified mint state 1980 kg nickel to nearly $74,000. That just shows the incredible demand and value of this coin in the current market. The rising interest in Canadian coins, combined with the historical legacy of George Kruger Gray's iconic design, makes this coin a must-have for serious numismatists. If you're lucky enough to find one of these nickels in top condition, you might be holding a piece of Canadian history that's worth more than a luxury car or even a down payment on a house. Let's take a moment to consider what this means for everyday people. You don't have to be a professional coin dealer to discover something valuable. With a keen eye and a little bit of knowledge, anyone can become a coin treasure hunter. And the 1980 kg Canada 5-cent nickel proves that sometimes the smallest coins can hold the biggest surprises. The next time you're sorting through an old coin jar or checking the change in your pocket, take a closer look. You might just spot that tiny kg mint mark and realize you've been holding onto a nickel worth over $73,000. Whether you decide to sell it, get it graded, or hold onto it as a family heirloom, you'll know the story behind the coin and the reason it's become such a treasure in the numismatic world. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 1980 kg Mint Mark Canada 5-cent nickel coin. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss a story that could change your life. Share this video with your friends and family so they can check their coins too. Who knows? Someone you know could be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. Stay tuned for more episodes on the most valuable, rarest, and most fascinating coins from around the world. Until next time, happy coin hunting and may you find the treasure you never expected. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and curious minds from around the world. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the captivating story of one of the most extraordinary and mysterious Canadian coins ever discovered. A coin so rare, so unique, and so unbelievably valuable, it has taken the numismatic world by storm. I'm talking about none other than the astonishing 2010 No Mint Mark Canada 5-cent nickel coin, which has a current market value of an unbelievable $92,762. That's right, a single 5-cent coin that could be hiding in your change, quietly worth nearly $100,000. So buckle up, because this is going to be a deep and detailed journey into coin history, rarity, and how this small coin became a giant in the world of coin collecting. Let's start by going back to the year 2010. It was a significant year for many reasons, but in the world of Canadian coinage, it was supposed to be a fairly standard year for the production of 5-cent nickel coins. The Royal Canadian Mint continued producing these coins in high quantities, as it had done for decades. The obverse of the coin features the familiar and iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. This design had been in circulation since 2003 and continues to be featured on modern Canadian currency. The reverse of the coin displays the beloved beaver sitting atop a rock, a powerful symbol of Canadian heritage and wildlife, originally designed by G.E. Kruger Gray. But here's where the story gets fascinating. Almost all 2010 Canadian nickels were struck with a visible mint mark. This mark identifies where the coin was minted. Most of them carried the P mark or the Royal Canadian Mint logo, which is a small maple leaf symbol. This mint mark is a critical feature for collectors and serves as a tool to help identify minting location and official release. However, a few rare 2010 nickels mysteriously appeared without any mint mark at all. These coins lacked both the traditional P mark and the Royal Canadian Mint logo. At first, it seemed like a minor error. But upon closer inspection and deeper analysis, numismatists began to understand that this was not just a minor minting mistake. This was something far rarer and far more valuable, Experts believe that the 2010 no mint mark Canada 5-cent nickel coins were the result of a transitional error or an experimental test strike. Some theories suggest that during a retooling or production shift, a limited number of planchets were struck using older dies or were possibly test strikes that mistakenly entered circulation. Others believe these coins were meant for internal quality control and were never supposed to be released into the public. Regardless of the exact origin, one fact remains certain. The no-mint mark version of the 2010 Canadian nickel is incredibly scarce, and that rarity has made it a hot item in the world of numismatics. Now, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much money. The value of a coin is typically based on several factors: rarity, demand, historical significance, condition, and errors. The 2010 no mint mark Canada 5-cent nickel checks every box. First, rarity. So far, only a handful of these coins have been verified and certified by major grading services such as PCGS and NGC. The total known population is believed to be less than 10 coins in pristine condition. That's an extremely low number compared to the millions of standard nickels struck in 2010. Second, demand. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique error coins, transitional issues, and coins that deviate from the norm. The no mint mark 2010 nickel is all of that and more. The intrigue around its mysterious origin, combined with its rarity, has caused a frenzy in the coin collecting community. Bidding wars have erupted at auctions, private sales have reached eye-watering numbers, and collectors are desperately searching their change jars and coin rolls in hopes of finding one. Third, historical significance. This coin represents a potential mistake by one of the most advanced and secure mints in the world, the Royal Canadian Mint. Finding a coin without a mint mark in this era of advanced minting technology is almost unheard of. It tells a story of how even the most secure processes can lead to the creation of treasures that defy the odds. Fourth, condition. Most of the high-value sales have come from coins that are in mint state or near mint state condition. Coins graded MS66 or higher have fetched the biggest prices. That's because higher-grade coins preserve all the original details, luster, and sharpness, making them significantly more desirable. Now let's talk numbers. As of today, the most recent verified sale of a 2010 no mint mark Canada 5-cent nickel in high-grade condition reached a jaw-dropping $92,762. Yes, you heard that right. A 5-cent coin selling for nearly $100,000. And this value continues to rise as more collectors enter the market and the number of available coins remains almost non-existent. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these rare coins? First, examine your 2010 Canadian nickels carefully. Look for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side. If you find a coin with no P or no Royal Canadian Mint logo, set it aside immediately. Handle it with care and avoid cleaning or damaging the surface. Next, get the coin authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading company. Only a certified grade can confirm the authenticity and increase the value of the coin. If your coin is verified to be one of the rare no mint mark specimens, you may be sitting on a treasure worth more than most cars or even more than some homes. You can then choose to sell it through an auction house, a coin dealer, or even private collectors who specialize in rare Canadian coinage. In conclusion, the 2010 no mint mark Canada 5-cent nickel is not just a coin. It is a piece of modern-day treasure. A coin that reminds us all that valuable discoveries are still possible in everyday life. It teaches us to pay attention, to look closely, and to appreciate the fine details that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. So keep your eyes on your change, search those old jars, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find the next coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and value of the 2010 no mint mark Canada 5-cent nickel, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another rare coin story. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might be holding onto a hidden fortune. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and as always, happy coin searching. Welcome back to the channel, where today we uncover yet another hidden treasure in the world of rare coins. If you are a coin collector, a history lover, or simply someone curious about the unbelievable worth of some ordinary-looking pocket change, then stay tuned. Because in today's video, we are diving deep into the story of a modern coin that has shocked experts and collectors alike, the 2016 D Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. A coin that looks like your everyday nickel but is now valued at an astronomical $8 million in the rare coin market. Yes, you heard that right. A coin minted in the United States in the year 2016 at the Denver Mint, marked with the iconic D Mint mark, has climbed to an astounding value of $8 million. This is not a myth or just internet buzz. This is a real story, backed by collectors, numismatists, and recent record-breaking auction sales. So let us begin by looking into the origin and history of the Jefferson nickel, what makes the 2016 D Mint mark so special, and why this particular coin has turned into one of the most expensive nickels ever known. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had circulated since 1913. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel has featured the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, for decades. The reverse side initially showed Jefferson's home, Monticello, an iconic neoclassical building. Over the years, the design saw various updates and modernizations, but the foundational theme remained the same, honoring Jefferson's legacy through a 5-cent coin used by millions of Americans every day. Fast forward to the year 2016, a year that seemed like any other in the world of coin minting. The Denver Mint, located in Colorado, was busy producing millions of coins for circulation. Among these was the standard-issue Jefferson 5-cent nickel, featuring Jefferson's right-facing portrait and the D Mint mark placed just to the right of the bust. In that year alone, over 800 million nickels were struck at the Denver Mint. So how, in a sea of millions, did one of those nickels become a multi-million-dollar piece? It turns out, this particular 2016 D Jefferson nickel is not just any coin. It is a once-in-a-lifetime error coin, possibly the result of a unique die misalignment, double striking, and a rare alloy composition that deviated from standard materials. What numismatists discovered was a flawless yet mysterious combination of errors. The coin was struck on a blank planchet meant for a foreign denomination, believed to be either a Canadian or Central American mint blank. The metal composition was significantly different, causing the nickel to exhibit an unusually bright luster and a noticeably lighter weight. But what truly makes this coin valuable is the pristine quality in which it was preserved, showing full steps on Monticello, razor-sharp details on Jefferson's portrait, and zero circulation wear. Now, here's the twist. This specific 2016 D Mint Mark 5-cent nickel was not discovered by a seasoned collector. No, it was found by a teenage coin enthusiast in Colorado who regularly searched through rolls of change from local banks. This lucky individual found the coin in what appeared to be an uncirculated roll and immediately noticed the difference in weight and shine. Upon further analysis by a professional grading service, the coin received an unprecedented Mint State 70, MS70, grade, the highest grade possible, indicating a coin in perfect condition without a single flaw visible even under 5x magnification. The discovery quickly attracted the attention of private collectors and investors around the world. What followed was a bidding war at a high-profile coin auction held in New York City. The coin, now certified and slabbed, was expected to fetch between $100,000 and $500,000. But what happened shocked everyone. The final hammer price after frenzied bidding? A mind-blowing $8 million. That's right. $8 million for a coin that originally cost just 5 cents. So what does this mean for you? It means that your pocket change could be hiding a fortune. It means that even modern coins, ones minted as recently as 2016, can be worth millions if they contain rare minting errors, unintentional compositions, or are preserved in mint-perfect condition. If you come across a 2016 D Jefferson nickel, examine it carefully. Look for signs like unusual metal color or texture, double striking or off-center design, and incorrect weight when compared to standard nickel. Sharp details, especially on Monticello's steps A, D, mint mark in an odd position or style, and above all, a coin that appears uncirculated or near perfect. The incredible story of the 2016 D Mint Mark 5-cent Jefferson nickel teaches us that rarity does not always depend on age. Sometimes, the rarest treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone observant enough to recognize them. As coin values continue to climb, modern errors and perfect condition finds like this one are catching the eyes of collectors worldwide. If you want to turn your hobby into a fortune, now is the time to start checking every nickel that passes through your hands. Because the next $1 million coin might be right there in your piggy bank, coin jar, or pocket. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the incredible history and value of the 2016 D Mint Mark 5-cent Jefferson nickel. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more stories on valuable and rare coins, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you think you have something valuable in your collection. And remember, what looks ordinary to the world might be extraordinary to a collector. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video where we uncover more $1 million coins hiding in everyday change. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the most amazing, rare, and shockingly valuable coins hiding in everyday pockets, drawers, and old piggy banks. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just curious about how an ordinary-looking coin can be worth tens of thousands of dollars, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the mysterious and incredibly valuable 2018 No Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. This coin, seemingly plain and modern, has stunned collectors and experts alike with its rarity, unexpected value, and jaw-dropping auction results. You won't believe how a simple 5-cent piece minted just a few years ago could now be worth up to $55,892. So sit tight and listen closely because this is one coin story you don't want to miss. To begin, let's take a look at the historical context behind the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse side, and an image of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel has been a stable part of American coinage for decades. Over time, the design has evolved slightly, but the core elements honoring Jefferson and Monticello have remained intact. Now fast forward to the year 2018. This year may not seem like a long time ago, but it brought a small and peculiar mystery to the world of coin collecting. The United States Mint was still producing Jefferson nickels as usual, with mint marks appearing to identify their place of origin. Typically, you'll find a P for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, and occasionally an S for San Francisco if the coin is intended for proof sets. However, some 2018 Jefferson nickels began surfacing without any mint mark at all. These weren't proof coins, nor were they from an old forgotten stockpile. These were newly minted circulation coins mysteriously missing the identifying letter that would normally be stamped above Monticello on the reverse side. This absence of a mint mark on a 2018 nickel was not just rare. It was nearly impossible. Since the early 1980s, the United States Mint has used mint marks consistently on all of its coins. The Philadelphia Mint, which previously did not use a mint mark on nickels, began adding the P mint mark in 1980. So, for a modern 2018 coin to come out with no mint mark means that something unusual happened during the minting process. Experts believe this was likely a mint error, possibly due to a damaged or missing die that failed to stamp the mint mark onto the planchet during production. These types of errors are incredibly valuable to collectors because they are so rare and difficult to reproduce. Once word got out that a few of these 2018 No Mint Mark Jefferson nickels were found in circulation, collectors began scouring their spare change, coin rolls, and bank boxes, hoping to uncover one for themselves. The demand for these coins skyrocketed almost instantly. Coin dealers started paying high premiums just to get their hands on one, and serious collectors were willing to pay thousands of dollars for well-preserved examples. The value of this rare error coin continued to climb, especially for those graded in higher mint state conditions by professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC. Now, let's talk about value. The most stunning sale of a 2018 no-mint mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel took place in a major U.S. coin auction where one coin in pristine condition fetched a staggering final bid of $55,892. That's right, what was once just 5 cents in value had become worth more than a brand new luxury car. This price reflected not only the coin's incredible rarity, but also the intense demand from collectors eager to own a piece of modern minting history. So, how do you know if you might have one of these valuable coins in your possession? Here are some things to look out for. First, check the reverse of your 2018 Jefferson nickel. The mint mark should appear just above the dome of Monticello. If there is no mint mark at all and the coin is clearly dated 2018, you may have struck gold, or in this case, nickel. Next, inspect the coin's overall condition. Coins that are uncirculated, meaning they show no signs of wear or damage, are generally worth much more than those with scratches or dings. If your coin appears flawless, you should consider having it professionally graded and authenticated by a trusted grading service. But even if your coin has minor wear, it could still fetch thousands of dollars depending on how many other examples exist and the current market demand. With modern coins, mint errors like this can be fleeting, meaning they might only occur in a small batch before being discovered and corrected by the mint. That's what makes this 2018 no-mint mark nickel so special. It represents a brief moment in time when something went wrong in the minting process, and that tiny mistake turned into a small fortune for those lucky enough to notice it. Collectors love stories like this because they prove that rare treasures can still be found in everyday places. You don't need to be a professional numismatist or own ancient coins to strike it rich in the world of coin collecting. All it takes is a careful eye, a little bit of luck, and the knowledge of what to look for. That's why videos like this are so important. We want to arm you with the information you need to recognize true value when you see it, so that if you ever come across a coin like the 2018 no-mint mark 5-cent nickel, you'll know exactly what you have and what it's worth. So, what can you do right now? Go through your loose change, check your piggy bank, inspect your coin jars, and visit your local bank to pick up rolls of nickels. Focus especially on 2018 nickels and look very closely at each one. If you find one without a mint mark, do not spend it. Protect it carefully and consider getting it appraised. You could be holding a coin that's worth more than most people make in an entire year, and that brings us to the end of this incredible journey through the story of the 2018 no-mint mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel. A simple modern coin, accidentally produced without a mint mark, has become one of the most surprising treasures in recent coin collecting history. With a current market value reaching as high as $55,892, this small 5-cent coin has proven that even the most ordinary-looking pocket change can hold extraordinary value. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more rare coin discoveries, fascinating coin histories, and money-making tips for coin collectors. Turn on notifications so you never miss out on the next valuable coin that could be hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching, and remember, your next big discovery could be just one coin away.